How's Elon handling this whole... He's probably like, what the...
Yeah, he was definitely... And he was happy that the ADL, of all people, defended him.
Dramatic turn of events. Elon Musk has won a defamation lawsuit against Whoopi Goldberg, which resulted in an $80 million award. The entire saga began when Whoopi Goldberg went on a live TV rant, accusing Musk of undermining democracy. She stated that Musk's actions were damaging, even suggesting he was deliberately harming society by using his platform irresponsibly. Musk...
Well, you fucking picked the wrong psychopath on the spectrum, because he's gonna hunt you down. He's gonna find out what's going on, and that's good. That's good for everybody. That's how you should be looking at this. Like, wow, we have a brilliant mind that is examining these really corrupt and goofy systems and bringing in a bunch of psychopath wizards.
Who is known for his strong stance on free speech, was furious over what he saw as false and harmful accusations. Instead of responding through his usual tweets, Musk...
Well, their audience is not really their audience. Their audience is a group of people they bring in to watch television shows.
Sure, I think she came into it with an agenda.
Of course.
You know.
They do everything with an agenda.
Decided to take the legal route, filing a lawsuit against Goldberg and The View, the show that gave her a platform. Things got even more complicated when Joe Rogan entered the fray. Known for his willingness to criticize mainstream media, Rogan used his podcast to destroy Goldberg's argument, shedding light on inconsistencies in her statements and questioning the media's role in the controversy. Joe Rogan has long been vocal about calling out what he perceives as biased media, particularly when it comes to woke narratives. When he caught wind of Whoopi's...
You're not really making the world a better place.
Right.
You're just allowing these financial institutions to enact control over corporations. And it's a really shifty, weird way they're doing it by making it seem like they're trying to make the world a better, more equal place.
Remarks about Elon Musk, he didn't hesitate to address it. On his podcast, Rogan went in hard on The View, pointing out how Goldberg and her co-hosts have been inconsistent over the years. He pulled up old clips of Whoopi defending Donald Trump's business acumen, only to later call him the worst president in history. Rogan highlighted the hypocrisy, demonstrating how The View has shifted its stance depending on...
This is the most important part. This is right after she was saying, we are run by ABC News. You should trust us, not Joe Rogan, who believes in dragons. So she by saying we should trust them because they're double-checked by ABC News, and then making the stupid state...
on political convenience. If someone they dislike is involved, suddenly every conspiracy theory is fair game. However, when they face backlash for spreading misinformation, they play the victim card. Rogan also took issue with the way The View operates as a whole. He argued that the show is less about presenting facts and more about generating viral moments, drama and outrage that keep people talking. Rogan called out networks like ABC, accusing them of spreading misinformation while pretending to be the trusted voice of current events. Given The View's history of misleading or downright false statements, Rogan's points were hard to ignore. On The View, Goldberg and her co-hosts went all in on criticizing Musk, painting him as a dangerous individual whose actions on social media were spreading hate. Whoopi even accused Musk of intentionally allowing extremists to have a platform, claiming he was rolling back years of progress by reinstating banned accounts. They also raised concerns about Musk's relationships with right-wing figures, particularly J.D. Vance, a senator from Ohio, and one of Musk's political allies. The panel suggested that Musk's decision to take over Twitter wasn't about advocating for free speech, but rather reshaping online discourse to benefit specific political group. Then came Joy Behar, who added fuel to the fire with a conspiracy theory of her own. She argued that...
I've been saying it for a while.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying that I think Elon Musk believes he's president. I do.
Well, you've been calling him vice president.
I've called him vice president. I called him president because I don't know what JD is doing.
Musk wasn't just influencing social media, but was also using his wealth and companies to manipulate public opinion. She claimed that Musk's influence stretched far beyond Twitter, with powerful figures wanting to control the narrative about how information is disseminated. However, like the rest of the panel's comments, Behar's theory was based on conjecture, not facts. They relied on personal opinions and selectively picked examples of controversial tweets, without any solid evidence to back up their claims. The internet quickly called them out for spreading misinformation, and many critics pointed out that The View had a long history of making unverified statements. Despite the uproar online, The View's comments triggered a much more significant consequence than just internet debate. Elon Musk filed a lawsuit seeking $80 million in damages. Musk's legal team accused Whoopi Goldberg and her co-hosts of defamation, claiming their false statements damaged his reputation and the companies he runs.
You're worried about losing your job, and you're worried about podcasts taking over, and who's the source of news, and we said Donald Trump was Hitler, but half the country disagreed with us, and he won, and this is... And Joe Rogan believes in dragons!
The lawsuit pointed to how The View misled its audience, depicting Musk as a dangerous individual, when in reality, he was simply advocating for free speech on social media. A key aspect of Musk's case was media accountability. His legal team argued that high-profile talk shows like The View have a responsibility to report the truth, especially when such large audiences are watching. They also contended that ABC played a role in spreading false information, claiming the network turned a blind eye to the misleading statements made on its airwaves. Many Musk supporters cheered his decision, feeling that it was about time someone stood up to the mainstream media for pushing false narratives. In the face of mounting backlash, Whoopi Goldberg attempted to walk back her words in an unbelievably absurd way. She claimed that she wasn't talking about Musk at all. Instead, she insisted that when she referred to tripping over something dangerous, she was actually talking about her cat. Yes, you read that correctly. She tried to spin her public attack on Musk as a harmless reference to her pet. This attempt at damage control only added fuel to the fire. The original clip clearly showed Goldberg and her co-hosts discussing Musk and his influence on social media. There was no mention of cats, and certainly no light-hearted tone. Whoopi's attempt to excuse her comments as a misunderstanding was not only dishonest, but insulting to her audience's intelligence. Social media quickly erupted, with memes mocking the absurdity of her defense. Some users edited the original clip to replace every mention of Musk with her cat's name, illustrating just how ridiculous her explanation was. Others joked that Whoopi must have been hallucinating cat conspiracies to believe anyone would buy her excuse. The more Goldberg tried to explain herself, the more people criticized her for not taking responsibility for her words. Instead of calming the storm, her response only made
humanity is taken from him. His manhood is literally getting ground up, and she thought it was funny. But I get people think things are funny because they don't think about the person they're making fun of. You and I are both guilty of doing that.
Things worse. She accused Musk and Joe Rogan of twisting her words, but the public wasn't buying it. Instead of an honest apology or acknowledgement of her misstep, Whoopi seemed more interested in defending her stance and blaming others for the backlash. This isn't the first time The View has found itself embroiled in controversy. Over the years, the show has repeatedly been called out for spreading misinformation, pushing biased narratives, and making unfounded statements. From Joy Behar's past mistakes,
some crazy misogynist engineered The View, because there's nothing worse than The View. In terms of there are so many brilliant women out there. None of them are on The View. None of them have gone near the set of The View. These people have dementia. These are people who should not be allowed out of the house. They have a national platform. I mean, it is crazy. They have no idea. These people have never read a book.
To Meghan McCain's exit, The View has become notorious for generating headlines for all the wrong reasons. With Musk's victory in the defamation case, the question now is whether The View has finally gone too far. The latest controversy surrounding Whoopi Goldberg has reignited calls for her removal from The View. Critics argue that the show has shifted from offering diverse opinions to pushing a specific agenda, stifling dissenting voices in the process. As the scandal continues to unfold, many believe Goldberg's credibility has been irreparably damaged. Even viewers who were previously loyal to The View are starting to question whether the show can survive this latest controversy. Behind the scenes, rumors are circulating that ABC executives are considering a suspension or even a quiet exit strategy for Whoopi Goldberg. Some sources claim that the network is under pressure due to the lawsuit and the public's growing distrust in the show's integrity. In fact, there are whispers that Whoopi may be considering stepping down voluntarily to avoid being forced out. With the lawsuit and the mounting pressure on The View, keeping Goldberg on the show could be more trouble than it's worth. As the legal battle unfolds and the public scrutiny intensifies, it seems that Whoopi Goldberg's future on The View is in serious jeopardy. The fallout from her remarks about Elon Musk could end up costing her both her credibility and her position on the show. So, what do you think? Should Whoopi be removed from The View for her controversial comments? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. and make sure to follow this channel for more updates on the story.